Part 11. Everybody was feeling happy now. The sun was shining brightly out of a soft blue sky, and the day was calm. The giant peach, with the sunlight glinting on its side, was like a massive golden ball sailing upon a silver sea. Chapter 19. "Look!" cried the centipede just as they were finishing their meal. "Look at that funny thin black thing gliding through the water over there." They all swung around to look. "Oh, there's two of them," said Miss Spider. "Oh, there's lots of them," cried Ladybug. "Oh, what are they?" asked the earthworm, getting worried. "They must be some kind of fish," said the old green grasshopper. "Perhaps they have come to say hello." "Oh, they're sharks!" cried the earthworm. "I'll bet you anything you like that they're sharks and they have come along to eat us up." "Oh, what absolute rot," the centipede said, but his voice seemed suddenly to have become a little shaky, and he wasn't laughing. "I'm positive they're sharks," said the earthworm. "I just know they're sharks." And so in actual fact did everyone else, but they were too frightened to admit it. There was a short silence. They all peered down anxiously at the sharks, who were cruising slowly round and around the peach. "Well, just assuming that they are sharks," the centipede said, "there still can't possibly be any danger if we stay up here." But even as he spoke, one of those thin black fins suddenly changed direction and came cutting swiftly through the water right up to the side of the peach itself. The shark paused and stared up at the company with small, evil eyes. "Go away! Shoo!" they shouted. "Go away, you filthy beast!" Slowly, almost lazily, the shark opened his mouth, which was big enough to have swallowed a perambulator, and made a lunge at the peach. They all watched, aghast. And now, as though at a signal from the leader, all the other sharks came swimming in towards the peach, and they clustered around it, and they began to attack it furiously. There must have been 20 or 30 of them at least, all pushing and fighting and lashing their tails and churning the water into a froth. Panic and pandemonium broke out immediately on top of the peach. "Oh, we're finished now," cried Miss Spider, wringing her feet. "They will eat up the whole peach, and then there'll be nothing left for us to stand on, and then they'll start on us." "Oh, she's right," shouted Ladybug. "We're lost forever." "Oh, I don't want to be eaten," wailed the earthworm. "But they will kick me first of all because I am so fat and juicy, and I have no bones." "Is there nothing we can do?" asked the ladybug, appealing to James. "Surely you could think of a way out of this." Suddenly, they were all looking at James. "Think," begged Miss Spider. "Think, James, think." "Come on," said Centipede. "Come on, James. There must be something we can do." Their eyes waited upon him, tense and anxious, pathetically hopeful. Chapter 20. "Well, there is something I believe we might try," James Henry Trotter said slowly. "I'm not saying it'll work." "Oh, tell us," cried Earthworm. "Tell us quick." "Well, we'll try anything you say," said Centipede. "But hurry, hurry, hurry." "Be quiet and let the boy speak," said Ladybug. "Go on, James." They all moved a little closer to him. There was a longish pause. "Go on," they said frantically. "Go on." And all the time, while they were waiting, they could hear the sharks threshing around in the water below them. It was enough to make anyone frantic. "Come on, James," the ladybug said, coaxing him. I'm afraid it's no good after all," James murmured, shaking his head. "I'm terribly sorry, I forgot. We don't have any string. We'd need hundreds of yards of string to make this work." "What sort of string?" asked the old green grasshopper. "Any sort, just so long as it's strong." "But, my dear boy, that is exactly what we do have. We've got all you want." "How? Where?" "The silkworm," cried the old green grasshopper. "Didn't you ever notice the silkworm? She's still downstairs. She never moves. She just lies there sleeping all day long. But we can easily wake her up and make her spin." "And what about me, may I ask?" said Miss Spider. "I can spin just as well as any silkworm. What's more, I can spin patterns." "Can you make enough between you?" asked James. "As much as you want." "And quickly?" "Of course, of course." "And would it be strong?" "The strongest there is. It's as thick as your finger." "But why? What are you going to do?" "Well, I'm going to lift this peach clear up out of the water," James announced firmly. "You're mad!" cried the earthworm. "It's our only chance." "The boy's crazy." "He's joking." "Come on, James," Ladybug said gently. "How are you going to do that?" "Skyhooks, I suppose," jeered the centipede. "Seagulls," answered James calmly. "The place is full of them. Look up there." They all looked up and saw a great mass of seagulls wheeling around and around in the sky. "I'm going to take a long silk string," James went on, "and I'm going to loop one end of it around a seagull's neck. And then I'm going to tie the other end to the stem of the peach." He pointed to the peach stem, which was standing up like a short, thick mast in the middle of the deck. "Then I'm going to get another seagull, and I'm going to do the same thing again, and then another and another." "Ridiculous," they shouted. "Absurd." "Well, that's just poppycock." "Balderdash." "It's madness." And then the old green grasshopper said, "How can a few seagulls lift an enormous thing like this up into the air, and all of us as well? It would take hundreds, thousands." "Well, there's no shortage of seagulls," James answered. "Look for yourself. We'll probably need 400, 500, 600, maybe even 1,000. I don't know. I shall simply go on hooking them up to the stem until we have enough to lift us. They'll be bound to lift us in the end. It's like balloons. You give someone enough balloons to hold, I mean really enough, then up he goes, and a seagull has far more lifting power than a balloon. If only we have the time to do it. If only we are not sunk first by those awful sharks." "You're absolutely off your head," said the earthworm. "How on earth do you propose to get a loop of string around a seagull's neck? I suppose you're going to fly up there yourselves and catch it?" "The boy is dotty," said the centipede. "Let him finish," said the ladybug. "Go on, James. How would you do it?"